If you have completed your B.Sc in biotechnology, the food and beverage industry is an exciting and often unexplored career space. Unlike pharma or healthcare, this sector doesn't hire in bulk. Instead, it creates high impact, specialized opportunities where your understanding of biology, fermentation, and quality systems directly influences products, compliance, and operations. In this video, we will take you through everything you need to know as a biotechnology graduate. What kind of companies are actively hiring in the sector? The types of roles you can step into and where your skills are most relevant, salary expectations, and career progression paths, the additional skills you will need to grow and succeed. Along the way, we will also show you why entering the right environment matters, how early exposure builds both technical and strategic understanding, and how this foundation can accelerate your career or even set you up to innovate or start your own venture in the future. By the end of this video, you will have a clear roadmap to enter the food and beverage industry and make your B.Sc Biotechnology degree work for you. If you are evaluating your career purely from a stability and hiring perspective, you need to be clear about one thing upfront. Compared to pharma and healthcare, FMCG does not hire biotechnology graduates at the same scale, but it hires them in a different way. Pharma brings biotech talent in through large intake cycles. Graduates are brought in when biological understanding influences product safety, stability, compliance, and long term reliability. Meaningful opportunities for biotechnology graduates are concentrated in three types of companies: large FMCG manufacturing plants, where biology ensures food safety, quality, and regulatory compliance; ingredient, enzyme, and flavor companies, where fermentation and biological consistency define the product; daily and agricultural processing companies, where managing raw material, variability, and spoilage relies on scientific control. You must know that these are mature, high accountability environments. Careers here are built by mastering systems, understanding risk, and earning trust over time. Now, let us explore the main factors creating opportunities for biotech professionals in food and nutrition. First is consumer market. Urban consumers are increasingly integrating wellness into daily routines. They look for food and supplements that support immunity and energy. There is a growing focus on preventive health and overall well being. Second is industry innovation. Startups and companies are innovating in enzymes, fermentation, and functional ingredients. They are adopting global trends in alternative proteins, and they are applying biology to meet real market needs, as seen in companies like String Bio, C6 Energy, Lukewarm, and Fool. Third is national policy, Bio E3. We have discussed about this previously as well. Policies like Bio E3 are creating a supportive innovation ecosystem for bio-based industries. They provide infrastructure, funding, and scale-up support. They also support functional foods and nutraceutical innovation, indirectly enabling biotech-driven startups to grow. Together, these three focuses, consumer demand, industry innovation, and national support, they're creating meaningful opportunities for biotechnology graduates and innovators in the functional food and nutraceutical space. For students who are ambitious about their careers, early entry into FMCG sectors gives them great quality exposure that can help them build a strong foundation for their future. By entering these environments, you gain exposure to how food products are actually developed and scaled, what regulatory approval and compliance demand in practice, how quality failures translate into costs, recalls, and brand risk, how sourcing processing and supply chains operate, and how pricing, margins, and distributions shape decisions. This kind of learning is difficult to replicate from the outside. When you get a chance to absorb these aspects early in your career, two things become possible, and both are meaningful. One is you accelerate your career. You gain clarity on how the business works, how decisions are made, and how outcomes are achieved, which positions you for faster promotions and greater responsibility. Second, you build a foundation to innovate or start your own venture. You develop a deep understanding of markets, compliance, operations, and product realities, giving your future ventures a solid and a practical base. Your B.Sc Biotechnology gives you a unique edge in understanding the biology behind food and nutrition. Start in the right role, absorb the systems, and you will accelerate your career or gain the foundation to build your own venture. Opportunities reward curiosity, discipline, and proactive learning. Opportunities reward curiosity, discipline, and proactive learning. The food and beverage industry offers multiple entry level opportunities for B.Sc Biotechnology graduates, each with distinct responsibilities and growth potential. In this section of the video, we will guide you through these roles, salaries you can expect at the entry level, career scope, and skills you must master to get into the roles. First is Food Safety Executive. Food Safety Executive ensures that food products meet safety, hygiene, and regulatory standards throughout production and distribution. They monitor biological risks, implement hygiene protocols, and verify compliances with national and international food safety regulations. Entry-level salaries typically range from 2.5 to 4 LPA. Graduates work closely with quality assurance teams, production units, and regulatory departments to ensure product meets safety standards before reaching consumers. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can excel in this role, but you will need to upskill in HACCP implementation, GMP or GLP standards, internal audits, and documentation practices. Hands-on experience through internships, laboratory training, or plant floor exposure is critical in understanding real-world food safety processes and demonstrate practical competence to employers. With experience, you can progress to senior food safety executive, compliance lead, and eventually food safety manager, overseeing teams, audits, and regulatory compliances for multiple products or plants. This role is ideal for graduates who are detail-oriented, process-driven, and passionate about maintaining product safety, and who want to build a long-term career in quality assurance, compliance, or regulatory operations in the food and beverage sector. Another role, fermentation executive. A fermentation executive is the food and beverage industry manages and monitors microbial and enzymatic processes used in the production of food, beverages, and functional ingredients. They ensure fermentation runs efficiently, maintain product consistency, and support scale up from lab to production. Entry-level salaries typically range from 2.5 to 4.5 LPA. Graduates work on pilot scale or production scale fermentation, collaborate with R&D and quality teams, and ensure that biological processes deliver consistent and safe outputs for downstream applications. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill in industrial fermentation techniques, microbial culture management, process control, and scale-up basics. Hands-on experience in fermentation labs or production units is critical to demonstrate practical competency to employers. With experience, you can progress to senior fermentation executive, product specialist, and eventually technical lead, overseeing fermentation operations, process development, and leading technical teams. This role is ideal for graduates who enjoy working with microbes, enzymes, and biological processes, and who want to build a long term career in production, process development, or technical leadership within the food and beverage industry. Third is process monitoring executive. We look at it in biological processes. A process monitoring executive in the food and beverage industry oversees and tracks biological processes across production lines. They monitor fermentation, preservation, and other biological operations to ensure product consistency, quality, and compliance. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.5 to 4 lakhs per annum. Graduates work closely with production and quality teams, documenting processes, parameters, analyzing trends, and supporting smooth operations to maintain safety and efficiency. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can excel here, but you will need to upskill in the process documentation, statistical process control, and production coordination. Hands-on exposure in production units or pilot plants is critical to develop practical skills and demonstrate competence to employers. With experience, you can progress to process analyst, operations lead, plant quality or process manager, managing teams, optimizing production processes, and ensuring regulatory compliance. This role is ideal for graduates who are detailed oriented, process driven, and enjoy working with biological systems, and who want a long term career in process operations, quality assurance, or technical management within the food and beverage industry. Another role is shelf life and stability testing executive. A shelf life and stability testing executive in the food and beverage industry monitors product stability over time, evaluates packaging interactions, and ensure that shelf life claims are accurate. They analyze data trends, validate storage conditions, and support product quality throughout production. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.5 to 4.5 LPA. Graduates work with quality control labs, R&D teams, and production units, ensuring that stability protocols are followed, data is accurately tracked, and products maintain quality throughout their shelf life. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill in stability protocols, data analysis, packaging science, and laboratory validation techniques. Hands on experience through labs or pilot production units is essential to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you will progress to stability specialist, product quality lead, QA and R&D roles, managing stability studies, coordinating with cross-functional teams, and ensuring long-term product quality. This role is ideal for graduates who enjoy data-driven analysis, quality assurance, and process validation, and who want a long-term career in product quality and R&D within the food and beverage industry. Another role is hygiene and GMP compliance executive. Hygiene and GMP compliance executive in the food and beverage industry ensures that manufacturing facilities operate according to GMP and sanitation standards. They conduct audits, validate hygiene protocols, and coordinate training to maintain compliance across production units. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.2 to 4 LPA. Graduates work closely with production teams, quality assurance labs, and regulatory departments, ensuring that hygiene practices, GMP compliance, and sanitation standards are consistently implemented throughout operations. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill GMP, GLP standards, sanitation validation, audit practices, and training coordination. Hands on exposure in production floors and compliance audits is essential to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you can progress to GMP lead, compliance manager, and plant QA head, overseeing audits, guiding compliance teams, and ensuring operational excellence. This role is ideal for graduates who are detail-oriented, process-driven, and committed to maintain safety and quality, and who want a long-term career in compliance, quality assurance, or plant operations within the food and beverage industry. Apart from this, another role is Nutraceutical Documentation Associate. A Nutraceutical Documentation Associate in the functional food and nutraceutical industry supports regulatory compliance by preparing dossiers, maintaining product documentation, and ensuring that health claims are properly sustained. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.5 to 4.5 LPA. These roles exist in nutraceutical companies, functional food manufacturers, and regulatory or quality departments of FMCG companies. Graduates work closely with R&D teams, regulatory units, and quality assurance departments, ensuring that product documentation, regulatory submission, and compliance records meet national and international standards. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can excel in this role, but you will need to upskill in food and nutraceutical regulations, dossier preparations, documentation standards, and MS Word or Excel proficiency, hands-on exposure to regulatory processes, or internships in documentation teams is critical to demonstrate competence. With experience, you can progress to regulatory associate, regulatory executive, RA manager, overseeing submissions, guiding regulatory strategies, and ensuring compliance across products and markets. This role is ideal for graduates who are detailed oriented, process driven, and comfortable working with regulations and documentations, and who want a long term career in regulatory affairs, compliance, or product quality in functional food and nutraceutical sector. Apart from that, formulation support associate is another role. A formulation support associate in the functional food and nutraceutical and food ingredient industry assists in developing and testing formulations, coordinating pilot batches, and ensuring product stability. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.8 to 5 lakhs per annum. These roles exist in R&D labs, pilot production units, and quality and technical departments of nutraceutical, functional food, and ingredient companies. Graduates work closely with product development teams, quality analysts, and regulatory units to ensure formulations are stable, compliant, and scalable for production. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill in ingredient functionality, formulation techniques, stability studies, and lab coordination. Hands-on exposure to pilot batches and product trials is critical to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you can progress from formulation support associate to formulation scientist and then to product development lead, taking ownership of new product development, formulation optimization, and cross-functional teams coordination. This career path reflects the typical roles in R&D and product development within the food, functional food, and nutraceutical industry. This role is ideal for graduates who enjoy applying biological knowledge, product development, experimenting with ingredients, and ensuring quality, and who want a long-term career in research and development, formulation science, or product innovation in the food and nutraceutical sector. Apart from that, another role is Technical Application Associate. A Technical Application Associate is a food and beverage ingredient and nutraceutical industry supports product application trials, assists with sensory evaluations, and communicates technical insight to internal teams or clients. Entry level salaries typically range from 3 to 5.5 LPA. Those roles exist in ingredient enzyme and flavor companies as well as R&D and technical support departments of functional food and nutraceutical companies. Graduates work with product development teams, quality analysts, and client support units, helping test products, optimize formulations, and provide practical guidance for applications. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill in application trials, sensory analysis, customer communication, and product testing techniques. Hands on exposure to pilot trials and lab to client workflows is critical to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you can progress from application scientist to technical manager to client solutions lead, who oversees application trials, managing technical teams, and guiding clients on product implementation. This role is ideal for graduates who enjoy bridging science and application, working with clients, and solving real world product challenges, and who want a long term career in technical support, product applications, or client solutions within the food and beverage industry. Apart from that, R&D and support executive is another role. An R&D support and executive in the food, beverage and nutraceutical industry assists in experimental documentation, trial design, and data analysis to support product development and research initiatives. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.8 to 5 LPA. These roles exist in R&D laboratories, pilot production units, and quality or technical departments or functional food, nutraceutical, and ingredient companies. Graduates collaborate with scientists, formulation teams, and quality analysts, ensuring experiments are accurately documented, trials are executed correctly, and data is analyzed for actionable insights. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can excel in this role, but you will need to upskill in experimental designs, data analysis, documentation practices, and basic statistical tools. Hands on exposure to lab experiments and pilot trials is essential to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you can progress from research associate to scientist and to R&D manager, leading research projects, developing new products, and managing cross-functional R&D teams. This role is ideal for graduates who are curious, analytical, and detail-oriented, and who want a long-term career in research product development or R&D management within the food and beverage industry. Another role is food labeling support executive. Food labeling support executive in the food, beverage, and nutraceutical industry ensures product labels comply with FSSAI regulations, verifies health claims, and maintains accuracy and consistency across packaging. Entry level salaries typically range from 2.2 to 4 lakhs per annum. These roles exist in FMCG manufacturing plants, functional food and nutraceutical companies, and regulatory and quality departments. Graduates work with R&D teams, quality assurance units, and regulatory departments, reviewing product labels, validating claims, and supporting compliance documentation for domestic and export markets. B.Sc Biotechnology graduates can succeed in this role, but you will need to upskill in FSSAI labeling rules, regulatory compliance claims and validation, and attention to detail. Hands-on exposure to label review and regulatory documentation is essential to demonstrate practical competence. With experience, you can progress from labeling specialist to compliance executive, then regulatory manager, and managing labeling projects, ensuring compliance across products, and guiding teams on regulatory standards. This role is ideal for graduates who are detail oriented, process driven, and regulatory minded, and who want a long term career in labeling compliance, regulatory affairs, or quality assurance within the food and beverage industry. Starting your career in food and beverage industry, now that you have a clear view on the roles and salaries and career paths, the next step is to take action. Here's a practical roadmap. Identify roles of interest. Choose positions that align with your skills, strengths, and career goals. Map companies' locations, focus on industry hubs, major manufacturing plants, and R&D sectors. Check current job openings, list roles, responsibilities, and skills required to understand market demand. Explore internship opportunities, search companies in your chosen roles and industries. Track reliable platforms and maintain a list of job boards, websites, and company career pages. Connect with industry professionals, reach out on LinkedIn for insights, guidance, and mentorship. Prepare a strong resume. Get advice from your seniors, mentors, or your placement team. Apply consistently and actively. Monitor postings regularly and submit applications on time. Think of this as building your personal roadmap. Every connection, application, and skill you develop now sets the foundation for faster growth, higher responsibilities, and even the potential to start your own venture in the future. You have explored the key roles, career paths, and skills of B.Sc Biotechnology graduates in the food and beverage industry. Now it's time to take action, build the right skills, gain hands on experience, and position yourself for real world impact. The next step is yours. Identify roles that excite you, plan your internships, upskill in the required areas, and start applying with confidence. With focus and deliberate action, your career can accelerate. And CliniLaunch is here to guide you along the way. If you are also looking to explore careers beyond the food and beverage sectors, CliniLaunch offers industry aligned training and mentorship across pharma, CROs, clinical research, and other high growth life science sectors. Our programs combine practical projects, expert guidance, and career support to help you step confidently in your chosen field. If you found this video useful, share it with someone who may benefit and subscribe to our channel for updates on life science careers and industry. Thank you.
Visit us today